In this talk today, he's going to guide you through his own tenuous journey of choice and self-discovery, the battle with the fears that held him down, and the drive that comes from choosing to do what really matters to you. His request, as you listen, would be to reflect back on the directions you've taken and those moments that happened in your life. Please help me welcome David Schmeikal.
I just want to get present to everybody who's here, because I sent out a whole bunch of invites and I felt like it was a flurry, like running up and down the aisle here, and I didn't really notice everybody. So I'm seeing people that I don't know, people that I do know, and I don't know who I'm more nervous about. So we'll see how this goes. This is a piece that, this is an exercise actually in creative expression for me. I grew up as a designer, artist, and there was something new that I was exploring, and that is writing, poetry. And I had actually let that go a while back, and it resurfaced recently. So this is a combination of storytelling and spoken word and slam poetry. This is my first time ever doing it, and there is something about this type of work that I'm really drawn to. I have a request. I've never experienced it yet myself, and this might be a really cool thing. There is a dynamic between the audience and the speaker, so I've been told, that when there's something that I say that you resonate with, that you like, you don't like, whatever it is, you make a noise. Maybe you snap your fingers. There is some stuff that I've watched and listened to, and there's something quite magical about a crowd timed snapping their fingers at something. And should you choose to play the game, you don't have to. Let's see what happens. So we'll get right into it. Your path is your choice. Our lives are directions that arise based on the choices we make. See them not as a surprise, but wise prizes in disguise. Make a choice. They're yours to take. And get that life begins when you celebrate the decisions you make. Where is she? Where's my wife? Oh, there she is. You sat in front of me in that chair. I felt so different, so alive, and who could forget all that curly hair? It was a private moment and a secret affair where I quietly proclaimed my love for her. Oh, those times of our lives can occur as quite a blur. An innocent kiss for the birthday girl changed my world. We were 6 months into a relationship. She was out of the country on a trip. A secret Skype call to ask for the blessing of her father and mother, looking to make an impression unlike any other. My Spanish was horrible. They could not understand. My vision of a warm embrace did not go quite as planned. Remember that time when you were out with your friends again? You had ordered that beer, and when you took a sip, you felt a little queer. Given your love for beer, it was weird. Your friends' eyes go wide as they imply and certify the new cargo you're holding, beholding the new life that's molding and unfolding inside of you. You tip over the next domino, that feeling that you gotta know, thinking now about what's so in this crazy game you're playing called life. So, do you know, she says, as she sets you up on the bed. She begins to scan your belly, one blip on the telly as she moves and explores for more. Then the unexpected before my eyes go wide. She continues undirected, my face goes flushed, the room goes hushed. I look at you and shake my head in confusion. No longer an illusion, a new milestone in our life begins filled with grins. Congratulations, you have twins. We human beings, we are collectors of feelings. We archive our lives through albums and letters, notes of first loves and breakups, relationship makeups and wake-ups. Who here had a box of letters, and what do you remember as you reflect back? For me, it was a quiet night, not unlike any other. I found myself pulled to look and rediscover the pleasures, treasures, and pressures of my oppressors, mentors, and protectors, documented through my shoebox of photos and letters. Little did I know it would be the last time. I was sleeping And I could swear I was dreaming. The subtle sounds of a smoke detector beeping awoke in a daze to a heavy haze that blanketed the apartment suite. It took me a few moments before it became concrete. I scrambled for my pants, ignoring my sweater. I can't believe I left it. I should have known better. It was like right there beside my bed. Instead, I went for the back door. Times, smoky arms would disagree, and every time I tried to go back in, the door kept closing on me. I conceded and pleaded that my roommate find his own way out. Thick, black smoke now pouring out as people retreat onto the street from the heat. Waiting outside the back door, eyes watching the floor and waiting before he finally peeks his head out, crawling on all fours. I grab him and we join the lineup of people standing there in a daze, watching the blaze, waiting what felt like days. I collapse to my knees and watch in disbelief as time's dark thief continues to command his relentless choir fire through the building. In that moment, I allowed him to take it all. I was freed by his need to fuel his greed, giving it all to him, present to the weights of the past lift off me, watching as the blank canvas presents itself before me. The opportunity for new possibility. I spent many nights asleep on the floor of friends and family I did not know well. Excited though, hoping it goes well, that the new seed planted grows well. It wasn't classy or flashy, but I was happy blazing my own trail. So, a little about me. I'm a dreamer and a joker, bored of the mediocre, and of what we're constantly told to do. The running comparative narrative. Don't forget to keep score. Make sure I've got my shit figured out before my missed opportunity comes knocking on the door. Never mind that this cat has barely had a chance to see what life is for me. And here I am doing it all, even if I disagree, just to make somebody else feel better about me. My frame of mind was confined. My curiosity for art and design was undefined. One thing I knew for sure, I just loved to, I love to explore the walls of pens and pencils at the art store. That sweet smell is one you can't ignore. You know where you are the second you walk through that door. For most of my life, even now, I struggle to connect, to relate, to debate with others. Yet I'm clear I love to connect, direct, when I relate to others. It's life's juxtaposition and opposition. The voice. So you think you can chase and embrace what it takes to be creative. Your path, your choice, but to be in the world of art and communications, bro, means you must learn to communicate, regardless of the implications. So don't just read theory from textbooks and storybooks. You need to engage with each other on life's theater stage. Try your hardest to be present and not disengage. I play with the toys of creation inside the world of communication. Every day I work out my creative muscle. I shuffle to unlock the puzzle. Just a suggestion for you chillin' and willin' to look at things anew. Challenge a notion. Create a commotion toy with an emotion or two. And just perhaps you can do your part to fill the gaps and traps of society and culture. Make a positive impact on another. Really connect with your sister and your brother. Get to know your neighbor. Savor the flavor. Ignore the haters. Be their saviors. Connect with them in such a deep and profound way that they'll never feel forgotten, led astray, or hide away. You see, to be gotten, that is a dream many stand in awe of, like a pond abandoned by the river uncovers the plot of too insightful, too careful, too concerned of what you'll be thought of. The opportunity, as you relate and engage in this developmental age, be different on life's stage and dare to care, to inspire another. Okay, here we go. The position of religion. In the hands of many, it is a rifle, loaded and spiteful. I learned much from being a witness. There was a richness to the strictness. I was raised with a strong religious mission, raised to follow direction and share with those who would listen. It was restricting, at times conflicting. You're either in or you're out. You either doubt or you're devout. Do unto others as you'd have done unto you, but don't get too close. Stick with the few. I was compelled to commit. Keep composed within the constraints of the customs. Do not connect or collide too much with those in the outside world. I was confused by my concerns. Deep down, I believed we were capable of finding our way out of the precious messes we create, that there was something to be done, not just wait. And so I'd collect my comforts, unsatisfied by the answers given and driven by my decision to pull and uncover my own conclusions, substituting the institutions for revolutions. Remember where you were the day before 9/11? Darkness was the last thing I remember. Okay, here we go. Darkness was the last thing I remember. A part of me wished I could have denied her as I woke up in hospital attire, present to the strain and intense pain in my mouth. Let me explain, I nearly bit through my tongue. The CT scan revealed something. The humming and pumping was numbing, for surely this must be a dream where I find myself running that such a thing could not possibly be my world. You have a tumor in your brain, they said. Dread was bred that day and it spread. The world relapsed, the Twin Towers collapsed, the Pentagon gets hit, and for a moment, we all submit. I made a pact with my best friend that if it came down to it, if the impact trapped me, he would act for me. If my life changed too drastically, he would guarantee to end my life peacefully. Put a pillow over my face, let me pass with dignity, quickly and gracefully. Looking back, I don't think we could ever have done it, despite having brung it and slung it, and I am grateful for his willingness to have discussed it, because each of us grapple within our own minds versions of that monster's devil tongue. You guys are awesome, by the way, with the snapping. This is from your eyes, and you know who you are. I regret my actions and reactions of that single transaction. I wish I could take back that day. Just cut it away like the many other days it overstayed, like the daily beatings I witnessed from the closet hidden away, like the day I found her, my love, just lying there murdered at the hands of another, just cast away, leaving me here to suffer, to recover. I miss her. I love her. I swore I would do better, be better, that this would not be the way, yet here I am in a new game of foul play. I wish I could just walk away, that it would all be okay. Then you jump in the back, and it triggers the new screenplay. I squeeze the handle of the weapon under my jacket. We've been driving for a while now, smoked a little meth, our breath of death. For a moment, all our concerns faded away. For a moment, they all seemed, as we drove around, they all seemed a passing sway. For a moment, I actually wanted to stay. And then I looked at you, and I saw the shadow of the devil at play. I am his executioner this evening, judge and jury. The conversation pivots as tempers rise in fury, shouting out demands for retribution, no absolution. He grabs the handle of the car door. And works to get it open. In the chaos, I turn back and face him. In the chaos, I hate him. In the chaos, I betray him and squeeze the trigger. The sound settling was deafening. His eyes go wide. My ears ring out and cry. Everything slows down. Johnny leads out of the car door and falls to the floor as the engine roars. We leave him there to die. In that moment, I can't even remember why. Today is a good day. Today is unlike any other in every way, and I honor you, my brother, on this day, because today is a good day. I am ready to explore it. I will not ignore it. I won't store it for a better time, because today is a good day to be a good day by my design. You promised. Do you remember? I was the only one there and you took to the stand, my left hand gripped tight as if trying to keep closed the tear glands, watching the second narrative of me lunging at you from where I stand for a split second before I crash land. I take full responsibilities for my actions, you said. I could see my brother lying there on the ground as he bled. We all lost something that night, and you bear the weight of that night every night as you sit tight. What do you think about, I wonder, as you lay there in your cell? What do you do every day in sobriety that has you honor your word to be a positive contribution to our society? That journey is high stakes. It's a twisted road filled with nothing certain as we carry our beasts of burden. What fuels you, this truer view? What drives you, I wonder? Your journey can be rich if you can let go and forgive yourself. Let go of the secrets you keep and scare you. Take that leap, as steep as it is deep, and break through. Avoid what you're used to. Create a new worldview to live up to, and know that you will reap what you sow. Sometimes life can feel like we're stuck in a hallway with infinite doors and choices. The most menacing of those choices are bred from boredom, distraction, uncertainty. They erode our ability to commit. But if you were to look and take some time to redefine them, look at their design, not be resigned by them, we would see we are defined by them. The most radical choice we can make is to decide to take the door that we intuitively feel will fuel our dreams. Whether it's where you are, what you decide to do, or who you choose to have around you, choose powerfully and with certainty. Close the doors that prevent you from focusing on what matters for you. Time is ours to do with what we please, to turn our dreams into sourceful missions and values that drive value in this world. In the end, it's your path, your choice. That's it.